Well, hello, Lake Avenue Church. For our Friday update this week, I'm in the underground parking lot at the church because there is so much activity going on our church campus that I've pulled out my phone a few times to film this. And whether it's noise of our chapel roof being redone or just the Friday reality around doing some landscaping, it's just really noisy on the church campus today, and I got to get this video done in time to get to you. So here I am in the church parking lot. I just have a few things for you. One, want to make you aware that on Thursday, this coming Thursday, May 6th, I believe. Yeah, it's the National Day of Prayer, and we are unable to do a gathering like we normally do, but we do have a prayer guide, and I want to make that available to you. There'll be a link in here. Please get the prayer guide and really dedicate the day. I think there's around 8 themes throughout the day. Maybe put an alarm in your phone that every hour you would pick a different area, use the prayer guide and pray through. But I encourage you to participate in the National Day of Prayer with the prayer guide that's been put together by our prayer ministry, by Pastor Janine. So that'll be wonderful. Know that's coming. Also want to make you aware that Green Oak Ranch, a version of Green Oak Ranch, is happening. We're so excited. Some of you have already signed up. There's more spots available. Thank you to Michael Mitchell, the Mitchell family, and all those who pull off Green Oak. But if you're in a spot where that is what you need, that's what you want, and you are ready, please sign up for Green Oak Ranch, and let's keep that tradition going. Loved Green Oak at home last year, loved the innovation, but really grateful that we're not doing that again. Finally, this weekend, we start a new series. The series is called Shine Like Stars. That comes directly out of Philippians chapter 2, where Paul is writing to the church in Philippi, and he's saying to them that your conduct, the way you be the people of God in a corrupt and wicked world, will stand out. It should shine like stars in the world, the dark world we live in. So our series over the next 4 weeks will be taught by me, Pastor Matthew, and Pastor Chuck. We're looking in the Book of Philippians. Week 1, we're focusing on chapter 1, chapter 2, chapter 3, chapter 4. So for this week, please read Philippians 1. We're specifically going to hang out and linger in verses 9 through 11, which is this very short, dense, thick prayer that Paul prays for the people of the church of Philippi. And I think what we'll see is that prayer really applies to us as well. So over the next 4 weeks, our desire is to learn how to be faithful, to be the people of God, so that we might shine like stars in this world. Prayerfully, that more people will come to Christ. Prayerfully, that people would look at us as individual followers of Jesus and the church at Lake Avenue and go, wow, there's something beautiful and different about them where I just have to stare and I want to join in. That's where we are going in the next 4 weeks. I also made you aware last week and last weekend that at 1 o'clock to 2 o'clock, we have an update of what Christian racial reconciliation is beginning to look like. You'll remember that we always line out goals. We sense God invites us into just some specific areas to focus on. Doesn't mean it's all that we do, but one of those areas was to grow in our usness, to grow in our understanding of being a reconciled people across all the difference, specifically some of those racial cultural differences that are very present in our church family. Another goal we had, and I'm going to pass it over here in a moment, is that there's been a desire to look at our bylaws and to work towards updating those bylaws. And so when I'm done with you, I'm handing over to Adam Stiles, and he'll bring you an update there, and I believe some invitation. But I hope you are doing well this week. You are so deeply, deeply loved by God. I pray that you feel the love of God in your relationships with one another. I am grateful to be with you this weekend, either in person at 9 o'clock, on the patio at 11:30, or just virtually anytime you join. God is moving in my life. I pray that he's moving in yours. I sense that he is moving in ours. I can't wait to, even in the sermon this weekend, just bring you some stories of what God is doing in our community and in the lives of the people this ministry, this church is touching. So you're deeply loved. And here we go. Adam, all you, buddy.
Morning, Lake Avenue Church family. I have an update to bring to you about Phase 2 of the bylaw review and renewal process. Phase 2 builds on Phase 1 to ask the questions, how should we choose our leaders, and how should we organize and plan for ministry? We've been meeting with pastors and leaders and representatives of the 4 C's, and we went through several iterations with a ministry council. And then we met with the elected leaders who have been serving on nominating committee, senior pastor search committee, and ministry divisions. Now we would like to get feedback from the wider Lake Avenue Church family. And so we invite you to a meeting on Zoom on Wednesday, May 12th at 6:30 p.m. to receive feedback and answer questions about Phase 2. A link to that Zoom meeting will be attached to this video. To maximize our time together, we have some homework and a request of you. We ask that you watch the recording of our meeting with elected leaders that happened a couple weeks ago. And that includes a presentation about Phase 2 and a Q&A time. And then our meeting together on May 12th will be primarily devoted to receiving feedback and questions about the content of that presentation. Again, the links to both the recording and to the Zoom meeting on May 12th will be attached to this. We look forward to having a conversation and receiving your feedback. Feel free to email feedback also. Thanks. Look forward to seeing you on May 12th.